Alrighty, good morning there, YouTube. This is like the second earliest video I think I have ever filmed. Today, this is going to be a hard one. Today is kind of my story and my redemption, so to speak. As you notice, I'm not going to roll an intro. I usually don't when it's about a very important message. Oh, let me move this just a little. Alright, that should be better. A good friend of mine in a Facebook forum told us about his story about his hardest day as being a law enforcement officer and how that group has helped him heal and helped him do stuff. Well, he's inspired me to help tell my story. A lot of you know that with my company I do a lot of work for StopSoldierSuicide.org. Now, this is not a video begging you for any funds for them, but if you have been blessed with anything that you're looking to donate, look down below in the description box. I'm going to leave a direct link to their website, and if you feel so inclined, please donate to them. They do incredible work to help stop the 22. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, on an average of states that are mandatory reporters of veteran suicide, and there's not that many, it averages to 22 soldiers a day. And I'm talking about Navy, Airmen, Marines, Coast Guard, Army. Yes, I included Coast Guard in the service, so you can all laugh at that. 22 kill themselves every single day. I know that number is a lot higher because a lot of states aren't mandated to report these incidents. Well, I almost became one of them. It was years ago. I was in a very, very bad place, and I thought, why not? Now, just to give you some background on that, I've had to do a lot of work on myself and improve myself in a lot of areas because I was the guy who, you had a great paying job. I could pay all of my bills in a week and a half. I mean, seriously, all of them for the month in a week and a half. And I took everything else and I went running to the nudie bar and I was busy chasing strippers and drinking alcohol and suffering from hangovers and suffering from depression. Well, I lost that job due to a stupid decision of mine. I was dating the wrong person and thought I loved the wrong person. So I ended up being single for 6 years because I thought this was the right person. And not realizing my ass was stuck in the friend zone because every single time she needed help, she'd reach out and call, and I'd want to be there and help because I loved her. And then when her life got back on track, poof. I started this job working for a company that basically did like search engine placement on Google. And I met this girl there. Matter of fact, she approached me and was basically, hey, let's be friends with benefits. Great. 6 years single, 6 years, enjoying your own company, so to speak. And now this incredibly hot woman walks up and goes, I like you, I want to have sex with you. All right. We started dating. It got really serious and I got engaged to her. My living situation at that time, and I'm not proud of it, I was living at my parents' house. Basically, they have the main house here, and they had a really detached garage that had a neat little studio place in it over there. And that's where I was living. But as most of you know, when you're in your parents' house, it's your parents' rules. And there was a lot of wacky stuff going on there that I'm just really not going to get into. Okay, because it helped these incidents occur. Well, it got to a point where it was like, I got to get out of here. I got to move out. And she was like, well, why don't you move in with me? All right. Moved in with her. We were kind of piggybacking the neighbor's Wi-Fi for a while. And we got our own. And she hops on Facebook. And I know, you guys can already see where this is going to go, right? So she hops on Facebook. And she finds, as she put it, but she was very over-the-top enthusiastic and very over-the-top happy and very, just basically just had an orgasm right there on the spot. She found a really good friend from high school. And I was like, fucking great, you know? Go pursue this, go follow this guy, you know, go have a dialogue. And I really didn't put things together because I thought I was in love. She was leaving the house to go to the library because it was private. Go ahead, laugh. I mean, I can look back at it now and go, dear God, I was a dumbass. So when it looked like things got serious with them, she just stops me on the stairs as I was going up for a shower and said point blank, I don't love you anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it happened, but you need to get out. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm living in a small town with you. Your husband is a, you know, Portland police officer. There's only 3 sheriffs in this little area, and you know them all by name. I'm really not in the mood to get arrested for a domestic, you know, because all she's got to do is place a call and says he hit me, and I'm gone. I was like, can I have a shower first? And she's like, sure. So I got a shower. I packed incredibly lightly. I was like, I will try to get my stuff out of your house as soon as possible. You know, we'll move on with all this crap. Well, this is the first of like 5 times she did this. All right. Somewhere between like her guilt trips about burning a freaking cheeseburger that she made, and she's like, I gotta go get him back. I'm like, can I just stay here until I can get some things moving forward and get out of your life? We'll live separate lives. I think it was like the 3rd time. That's when I contemplated it. Because of her, I really, in the incidents at my parents' house, I really didn't have anywhere to go. Nowhere to go. I didn't have any money because, well, she kept draining bank accounts. Didn't have a job at that point because she was like, well, we're moving to Portland, so, you know, just wait till we get there and then you'll get a job. Okay, so who's going to hire you with no money, no home, no bright future? I didn't know how I was going to feed myself. I knew I could do water, you know, because this town was right by a river. I just have to go through basic, you know, field sanitation stuff. But it was like everything just hit me. I'm like, I have nothing. Nobody cares if I live or die. I'm like, it's time to make that transition. So my bright plan was, let's tie a K-bar to a tree. And at that point, the only K-bar that I had acquired in the 90s, and that's when Camulus had the design in making them. And I was just going to have the knife right here and ram my head right into the side and see what happened. So I go through the whole process of, you know, tying it to the tree. And I'm thinking to myself, this is how I'm going to die, you know. I'm not surrounded by loved ones or families or, I don't know, having a heart attack inside a strip club. Just, this is it, huh? And I guess what stopped me, and I still don't understand it to this day, I had this overwhelming urge of, my story's not done. I'm not done. Get off your ass, move forward, and find another avenue. So like I said, this was between, I think, the 3rd and the 4th time she did this. By the 5th time, I'd found a place to go in Spokane Valley. And this was one of these, am I putting my life in jeopardy, because I'd never really met the person face to face. It was somebody I knew from an online gaming stuff, and he was like, dude, look, I got a bed, I got a house, you need it, just ask. So at that point I was like, yeah, I need the help. Moved in with him, and that was a very bad experience. I won't get into that. My only thought was, holy shit, is this how the world saw me? Just like this guy? You know, because no shit. He would wake up on the weekends, he would have to have a 6-pack, and we're talking, you know, Natty Light, you know, the tall boys, before you were even allowed to speak to him. He would come home from his job at night, and he'd have to have 4 cigarettes, And then he'd look at you and go, oh, so what the fuck's up? My better half met me at that point. And that's when things really started to change. It really did. I was talking to her, and she was just helping me out because she remembers how it feels like to be abandoned somewhere. She basically, with a friend, came and got my ass from Spokane Valley and let me move in with her down in Portland. And that's where things really started to change. That's where I met her younger daughter, Amber, who was 2 months old at the time. And Amber and I really hit it off. And for those of you who know from my step-parent series, Caden and I really didn't, but we've worked through a heck of a lot since then. And it felt weird to have all that love. And it felt very strange to have all of that. Because it was like, this is what a family's supposed to be like? Because, growing up, mine really wasn't that good. I'm not making any excuses or anything, so please don't go there. And it's weird to see how, when I got approved for VA healthcare, and I saw some people, and I was having a lot of problems sleeping at that point. So I had to talk to the shrink in order to get meds to help me sleep at night. They were going to commit me for a 72-hour emergency hold because I guess I was that far gone. I didn't see it. I really didn't. But they let me go in trust I wasn't going to do anything stupid because at that point, Amber, who was really young, was walking down the hallway going, Daddy, Daddy. And they saw my interaction with her and how much Amber changed me. But I guess the big reason I'm sharing this, guys, because no offense, I see my battery's about to die up there. There's always another way. There's always another option. There's always something that's there that you're missing. Don't ever answer the siren song. Because if I did, I wouldn't have my better half, my Amber, my Caden, or my Brianna. And those are 4 important things that I live for every single day. I saw this thing with the Robertson family, the Duck Dynasty guys. And they were talking about stuff in their life, and they kept going, I am second. I never really understood that until my family. That I put them before me. And in the military, they teach you find your next objective. What's your next mission? How are you going to conquer this? Well, I keep making a joke with Tiff. I'm like, I want a heart attack and get out of this crap. She's like, no, you owe me 14 more years until Brianna turns 18. She's like, wouldn't you like to be around to see, walk your daughter down the aisle? I'm like, what, my little wheelchair with my oxygen tank, But it's the greatest thing I've ever had as a family. So I'm gonna end it like this, guys. Find your next objective, find your next mission. Don't ever choose a permanent fix to a temporary solution. If you need to, there's all kind of links down below. Reach out, I'll talk to you. Because I've been there. If you're feeling depressed about stuff and feeling you can't move forward, reach out. There is no stigma with it. I admit it freely. I thought there was all this kind, like I was weak, I was broken, I was this. No, it was just, sometimes you just need that person to listen. And sometimes you just need a push in the right direction. And sometimes you just need pointers going elsewhere. I did. And because I listened and because I made choices and changes and attitude adjustments, I have a life I never thought I would have. And that I'll kill to protect. But anywho, guys, we're going to do the usual little wrap up here. If you're a first time viewer of the channel, man, you picked a weird one. But thank you for watching this. I'm going to ask everyone, do the like, share, subscribe thing. Okay, especially the share, because, I don't know, maybe there's somebody around you that you don't know who is suffering from stuff, and maybe my story can help them. Now, look down there, I think it is. It's going to be, okay, look, it's going to be somewhere on the bottom. All right, it's going to be a big old channel symbol. Go ahead and click on that thing. It's going to bring you right to subscribe. After you subscribe, please go ahead and hit that bell icon. Why? Well, it's going to notify you every single time that this channel uploads a video. Now, speaking of videos, two are going to be popping up on either sides of the screen. Those are going to be videos that YouTube is going to select from my catalog that they think are going to be a great viewing experience for you. But there we go, guys. My story, my redemption. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this one. I know it's a strange video. And I hope you guys have a great day.